didn't know, now you'll know. The Senate voted to not convict Trump at the second impeachment, the impeachment of insurrection. We knew that the GOP did not have the fortitude to do what was right, to hide behind legality. It's not even legality, because they do have the right to vote him in. The reason why we waited and not impeached him from the 7th on, from January 7th on, and it's because after it was voted in the House to impeach him, it was said by Senator McConnell, who was the majority leader of the Senate at the time, but also the leader of the GOP, that the Senate would not entertain anything regarding that type of impeachment until after they were doing session on the 19th of January, the last day of Trump's presidency, which his presidency actually ended on the 20th when President Biden, the duly elected president, came in. But if you don't know what happened, but that's how it happened. So, but for them, we could have already started the trial. The trial would not have, or could have ended, or maybe could not have ended by the time he left office. But the simple fact is, we waited because of you. And so you use that as a technicality. So as a technicality, you're using your reasoning to take an off-ramp on justice. Therefore, the GOP, akin to the Whig Party, which they actually came from, is no more. They have, unfortunately, sealed their own dissolution. They have allowed a bully and members who are, and I'm going to say outright, potential insurrectionists to invade and assimilate the party. The former president, President Trump, did not get to this point by himself. We had this impeachment trial because he, as all of you know, and history will show, that he incited this through his constant manipulative wording and him allowing violence or violent people to be emboldened. Our GOP members and fellow Americans, they chose not to speak. They chose to acquiesce. With each violation and misstep, they chose not to speak. I've had conversations with very good friends where I kept saying to them, you are a good person. Do not allow yourself to attribute your good common sense, your goodwill, your morality, your ethics on a person that continually proves and shows that he is not worthy, and he will continue to do bad, to go one step further. And then one step further he went. That one step further, people died. 140 plus people were injured This is for life. Because those injuries are mental. PTSD, post-traumatic disorder. We Americans who had to witness this insurrection are traumatized for life. Okay? The world has looked and now will pass judgment that we who were the beacon are no more. We can't go to any other country and tell them that how to do a democratic process when we ourselves chose to not convict a person that incited, with the help of very powerful people now, whether they collaborated or contributed to, now they assaulted our capital. And what did we do? We went and we hid in the background behind anything not to do the right thing. I feel ashamed, very ashamed. And I'm talking calmly to you because, my fellow Americans, this is what has happened. This is where we are. When that man got voted in, and anyone can go into any of my social media, okay? You can go into any of my social media, all right? Because I don't put things out and be playing around just because I have, I just want to, all right? I said, I do not blame the people that have voted for Trump. I blamed us, the minorities, the people of color. And the reason why I have blamed us is that when this man was running for office, he showed his true colors. He showed and he said that violence was okay. So I said in my in my post that we deserve what happens to us from here on out. So when people post stuff that he does, I put down and I responded, not surprised. I'm not surprised because we knew this. Hindsight was something that was foresight to me and to many. And I'm going to say one other thing. I have a video out about how in Haiti, those people that put in Duvalier, after he got into office, things changed. He bullied people, then he got them executed. The night of 100 shots. Look at the video. Look at the Haitian history. And if you don't want to look at the Haitian history, which you should, because we were the second free nation on the Western Hemisphere, the second to free ourselves from colonialism, besides America, my great nation here, the United States. Look at 1930s Hitler in Germany. Same type of character. Socialist Party. He ran with them, and what did he do? He started to get rid of the people who could be a threat to him. Now you've done it. And so later, you can't say, oh, I didn't know, oh, I should have voted, or we didn't know. But God and unfortunate circumstances brought you to a point where you had to come to your senses, and you chose not to do the right thing, not to set the precedents. The reason why the precedents are clear and things change is because we become enlightened. The laws that we had on the books and all this other stuff that was there before that allowed people to rape, kill, and lynch us, people of color, had to be changed. The Constitution is a living document that is supposed to be forever evolving. House Manager Raskin tried to tell them this is a very important time for us to set precedents that any person that is of power, has power like that, shall never attempt to do what this man did. But instead, you chose not to do it. So, from here on out, the only people you can blame is yourselves. So, thank you and no thank you. And God bless America, because we are going to need it. Because unfortunately, the GOP is no more.